Hey guys, today is Monday, June 23rd, and we are doing a very special call, Stellar Epiphanies Part 2. I hope that if you're tuning in, you've had the opportunity to review Stellar Epiphanies Part 1, because this is going to be a continuation of that and then some. And I hope that you've also prepared your buddies because they're going to be crepes by the time we're done today, and lots of tissue also because this is going to have some pretty wild ups and downs. So I'm going to go ahead and start screen share. We've got all of our flower pot crew ready to go. Okay, and can everybody see my screen? Yes, all good. Okay, let me just scoot this up here. Okay. So, okay. All right. So today is we're doing a recap of Epiphanies Part 1 first here. In Epiphanies Part 1, I had exposed a character known as 117 and his intentions to hijack and weaponize me against QSI, and his energetic and ledger connections to Miriam. And lots of info during that call was redacted from Epiphanies Part 1 to condense the data, to focus on 117 and his influence. So there was a lot that was not shared on that call that's going to be shared on this call. It's been a continuous unfolding from the point of Epiphanies Part 1 leading up until present day. So there's been a lot that's happened since then, and a lot of backstory that was not covered in Epiphanies Part 1 that we'll cover today. So just to sort of set the pace for the call, today we're going to be exposing the older additional roach layer that was laying underneath 117's influence since 2013, and how the entangled entities between the two of them worked together to target me and my son. We're going to journey through to the precipice when I finally called out to Stellar for help. And we're going to experience the ICO alignments that paralleled the path of healing that unfolded as Stellar caught me. We're going to witness an even deeper level of healing that put both Epiphanies 1 and this Epiphanies 2 into perspective as part of my soul mission. And then we're going to close out the call with some sneaky guest interviews. So I first want to start by taking a little flashback to February of 2024. And if y'all were with us then, you may have caught these messages in chat at the time. And fortunately, I still had some screenshots of these from some old exported data. So I'm just going to read through these really quick. There was a message that I had sent in chat. And again, this is February 2024. I said, speaking of Violet Ray, I found it interesting that Saint Germain has made such a splash in here of all places, as back in late 2020, a year before I found QSI, I had a dream where I had visited Philippines. And in this dream, I was part of a group that was named Violet Ray International Humanitarian Collective. And that became the first step in my humanitarian project ideas before QSI. But at this point, here in February 2024, I said I don't really have a specific material project anymore. I am my humanitarian project, and everything that I do is to evolve and to serve God and humanity to the best of my abilities. And then it makes total sense that QSI as an international humanitarian collective is blessed by and likely serving the violet ray of alchemy, which is very, it's just really profound now after we know what we know about Emily. But this was a message that she had responded to and said, I just learned how Liana is going to be an actual unicorn as her I am my humanitarian project, and not just her, but many of us will become living unicorns. So I just wanted to go back to this. What was it when I was preparing for Epiphanies 2? And as part of my journey, I reflected a lot on what it was that actually made me a unicorn, because at the time of the whole unicorn announcement, I wasn't entirely sure what it was that made me a unicorn. And so that was something that I've reflected on a lot since then. And my evolution and my dedication to my evolution and healing as part of my service, part of my soul mission. Now, last summer, 2024, I was experiencing a lot of entity attacks at the time. And this is another reflection before, just to sort of preface this call. And this was a message that I had sent to 117 when we were still long before he was exposed. I had been targeted by these entities, and were trying to pressure me to feeling a lot of anger, triggering a lot of unhealed wounds. And I had been pausing before I responded at this particular time. I was pausing, I was waiting, I was not going to react with my negative emotions. And so I had sent a message to 117, and I said, I remembered that what made me a unicorn is that I had said that I am my own humanitarian project and that my evolution is the gift. And when I choose to wait before I respond in